Hey everybody, we are here with video 3 in my 8-week series, and I appreciate all of you tuning in to listen. I hope you are getting good advice from my amazing experts. Today I have with me Brooke Hanks from the Sell with Brooke team, and she has just been such an amazing resource to me in building our business and to me in just communicating and helping other people be successful. So Brooke, I appreciate you being here today. And we are going to share with you, we're moving into fall maintenance right now. And because I'm just hitting the big 2 in all of the seasons so we can get this 8-week series done. Today, we are going to talk about your furnace system, right? Because fall, thank goodness, it's still a ways away, but you need to get that furnace system prepared. And we're also going to talk about your outdoor hoses and hose bibs, because if you don't drain those and disconnect those, some not great things can happen. So, Brooke, how can you assist all of our viewers in the outdoor maintenance and the furnace? What things have you seen and what warnings do you have to share?
Yeah, thanks again for having me. It's always a treat, Julie. And furnaces, I'll start there. I mean, obviously, my experience comes from the real estate transaction, where I would say probably 90% of the furnaces that we see in a transaction usually haven't been serviced. They're dirty, there's debris in the coils. And so that is our first kind of systems type thing, is that we operate in getting those furnaces cleaned and serviced, sometimes certified based on age. So for all of my clients, I highly recommend that. And then as a homeowner myself, I've got a great guy that comes and does, he does an every 6-month tune-up, and fall is the ideal time because you don't want to know that your furnace is not working when it is 37 degrees outside. That's not the day. You want to
Definitely
have
not.
a heads up that, hey, in preparation for winter, we're cleaning and servicing your furnace, and this is what you're going to look out for. And maybe there's a crack in the heat exchanger, and maybe we need to tune up this. But you want to have a heads up on that. And fall is the perfect time to do just that.
That's great. I know a few years ago, our air conditioning went out.
Oh, no.
Had that checked. And so we called your guy, Dale Imsmuller. If you don't know who he is amazing. I asked him to come and didn't hear back from him, so I'm sure he's really busy.
He's probably replacing someone's AC that went out today,
He probably is. And the only thing our AC unit needed at that time was to be cleaned.
Yes, absolutely.
So
when you don't clean those systems, they have to work harder.
yeah.
It's the same thing if you look at the visual of the filter itself. If it's not changed and there's debris in there, your system is operating at a harder, it's working harder, and as it works harder, it's straining itself and it's breaking other things in it. So we want to make its job the easiest possible. We want it to operate the way it was built to operate. And having that cleaning and servicing just totally extends the lifetime of that unit itself. I don't want to buy a new furnace. So Dale's job is to service that bad boy so that I get 10 more years out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is something that as home inspectors, we are asked, how do I change it? When do I change it? Where is it? How do I put it in? So we are trying to help show people this is where your filter is, and should you need to change it, this is what it would look like. So
yes, here's another great tip for those filters is, and I'm not promoting Amazon. You can shop wherever you want, obviously, but Amazon has a subscribe and save where you can have things show up on your doorstep. So I literally will have a 6 count of those furnace filters. It shows up on my doorstep every 6 months. So I know when that next box comes, I need to have changed that filter 6 times so that I'm not having a surplus of filters. So just my own personal little tip.
Oh, that's fantastic. I appreciate your tidbits, and I usually listen to them. So I appreciate you sharing. The next thing, and I know I believe there was an early freeze that happened last year, and you and I were talking about those hose bibs and hoses and get them disconnected.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. That's one. I actually had it happen. I had a rental property that my tenant did not disconnect the hose bib. And what happens is that water stays in the line. And as our blessed winter season comes, it freezes. And when it starts to thaw, that water expands and it will burst your pipe. So we had water coming in the basement because the pipe burst. So I learned that the hard way with my tenant and my rental
Yeah.
property. But yeah, those hose bibs, when we start to have freezing temperatures, you got to unplug them all. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get those. I don't know what they're called. You know what they are, Julie? Those things you put over the hose bib.
I
You
don't
know,
know what that's called, but I know what you're talking about.
it
Yeah.
costs like 50 cents at Home Depot, and you literally just put them over the hose bib, and that insulates that whole area for the winter once it's
Yeah.
disconnected. So definitely a valuable thing, because when you have water from any place in your home that isn't a place where it shouldn't be, those aren't fun experiences.
No, they are not. I was talking with Dave and we were talking about inspections. And as I don't do inspections, so most of you out there know that, but I do like to be informed. And he said the two biggest culprits on a house are dirt and water.
Yes. You know, I think though, Julie, give us a couple more years with as many inspections as I go to and reports as I read. And then from your experience, I bet you and I could do a bang up job at a home inspection.
I think that's true. I think that's true, but I don't want to crawl in the attic or we don't ever crawl in the attic. I don't want to crawl in the crawl space.
Crawl space. Yes, yes.
Not my
You know,
thing.
one other thing that I have seen with my clients with regard to those hose bibs is now that we are in the summer months and we're using our water hoses a lot, you know, a lot of people will turn it on and sometimes forget to turn it back off. You know, if you've got a hose where the nozzle turns off, you're not as in trouble, but really make sure you turn it back off, because you just never know if that nozzle is going to pop off and then you've got water leaking out of that hose. The other thing is just to note, when you turn off that hose bib, stand there for a second or two, because I noticed on my back patio that hose bib is leaking. And so that's one that, you know, it's not urgent now, but that's one that we definitely, it's on my list to have repaired, because even though it turns on and off just fine, there's just a little bit of trickle there. So just observe those things, you know, turn it off and
Yeah.
on and make note of what you see and observe.
I think that's a fantastic point of reference for all any homeowners, whether you're and renters, because you're renting someone else's home, and you certainly don't want to be displaced because of some kind of water. And as an amazing real estate agent, realtor in the Denver metro area, you have seen so many things and told some of the most amazing stories. So just based on what you have seen and done, yeah, y'all should listen to Brooke. And if she says something, just do it. She's pretty amazing.
I think I should write a book about all the things that I've seen. And last week was definitely, I saw some crazy stuff last week.
Yeah, I loved your video. If you all don't follow Brooke, you need to, because she talked about a day in the life of a real estate agent. And it is just, you have no idea. Yes, you think they leave these perfect lives in this glamorous car and all they do is eat lunch, but it's not true. And so watch just to listen to Brooke's stories, because they are so funny and so sometimes gross. So,
They're gross and real. Yeah.
yes, that they are. That they are. And Brooke, we will be putting information up about how to reach you. But if someone wanted to find your Facebook page, what is your Facebook page? How could they follow you?
Facebook page is my name, Brooke Hengst, and that's spelled Hengst, or my business page is Sell with Brooke.
Yeah, awesome. And I will have my son write that up there. He gets volunteer hours to edit videos for me. So
I love it.
yeah. So Brooke, if you don't have anything else to share about furnace and hoses, hose bibs, outside maintenance, we can wrap up. And
Yeah, I think if anybody has any questions, they know how to find us, and just make you look at those things. I think the best thing that homeowners can do is just observe. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the busy day to day that we don't take note of how our things are operating within our home, you know?
yeah,
And so just taking that extra second when you turn the water off to make sure that it's fully turning off.
yeah.
You know, the furnace, go down there, take a look at what you've got going on down there. Do you have filters? Do you need to stock up? Just take that time. It'll serve you well, and it'll save you money.
And we all want to save the money.
Yes.
Yeah, the home maintenance is all about taking care of your home. If you have been in your home for a long time, 5, 10 plus years, and maybe it needs a checkup, please contact me and let's schedule the home maintenance inspection for you. We have our inspectors come out and they look over your home and just tell you, hey, here's the health and safety issues that need to be fixed right now. and here's your broken outlet that, probably should be fixed, but if it doesn't, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, can I add to that, Julie? I think
Yeah.
that the fact that you guys offer that service is huge, not only for families that have been in their home for a while, but also families who have gone through transition.
Yeah.
Whether there's been divorce or you've lost a loved one, or maybe there was someone who always took care of something and you don't know what they did with that, the sprinklers, the furnace,
Mhm.
anything like that. Just having someone who is in that area of expertise who can help you and show you your priority items is huge. So I definitely recommend that for anybody living in their home.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are a fantastic resource for home referrals. If anyone needs to buy or sell, please contact Brooke. She will make it the easiest transition and experience of your life. So,
Thank you, Julie.
yeah, of course. Well, Brooke, thank you so much for sharing with me and a lot of viewers, as this will be posted up on YouTube and on social media next week. And you can watch this time and time again.
If you forgot, you need a reminder, we will be here to back you up on those reminders.
Very true. Very true. So that is all we have for today, people. Thank you so much for joining. Brooke, thank you for being my guest. I appreciate knowing you and seeing you always.
Awesome. Happy to be here.
Thank you.